I need to turn off my camera and mic or leave the meeting.
I need to enter an avatar.
Yes.
So is
It's really cool. We should start doing the backgrounds. I don't know how to do it.
So is it like so are we having like a surprise topic for this episode?
I don't know.
What do you like to drink with your toys? There we go.
It used to be Mellow Yellow. That would be like my drink of choice. Ice cold Mellow Yellow. Ooh, boy. Can't have it too much now, but love it.
Yeah. I don't have a drink of choice. Maybe I'm trying to drink more water lately, but if I do dabble,
Y'all are taking this question way too seriously.
Well, what about you? Well, what about you? I didn't take it seriously. I answered it like that in like 1 second.
Whiskey, duh.
Whiskey.
And on a full moon, you go with the shine.
True.
The moonshine.
Is tonight a full moon?
Oh God. It is clear outside. It is very clear. I can see without needing a flashlight when I take the pup out.
I will say I did have a last weekend was an interesting weekend. I ended up going to
look right there. That's like review boxes. It's like a trash pile right there, man. I need to get that up. That looks horrible.
I know, man. But listen, I got a good story. I mean, last weekend was pretty cool. It was like basically, I don't know. It's like my wife just got the itch. She was like, I want to go out and shop around. Like, I want to just look for toys. I want to look for stuff because she's been collecting up like Disney stuff, like Pops and whatnot. And then she's got I don't know, just because we started playing the Kingdom Hearts games again. So we started. I don't know. I think it started with me buying. I found like a Hercules set from the game or whatever, but it was like the Diamond Select figure set. Just looked really good, and it was like Hercules with some Heartless. And then she just started going nuts, and after that we were getting, she wanted the Maleficent figure, she wanted the Sora figure, she wanted everything. So I ended up just anytime we would find something somewhere, we pick it up, because apparently now they're all going into the discount bins. So we're in luck. So yeah, we just been slowly collecting those up. So yeah, what was funny was we're like, okay, she has Sora, but we didn't have Donald and Goofy to complete the trio.
Yeah.
And they sold the other two in a set, and I just happened to think about it. I said one place that had them that I can think of is Best Buy, and then we had heard that Best Buy may have like a sale on them. I was like, that was a long time ago. I don't know if they even still have them. So I'm sure they're all sold out, because I remember seeing a stack of figures. Sure enough, we go in there and they only had one Kingdom Hearts figure, and it was Donald and Goofy sitting on the peg. So we grabbed it, and it was like $10.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then we ended up getting like we found some other figures at like some store downtown. It's weird. There's starting to be all these nerd stores popping up downtown. Just these little like either it'll be a little comic shop or it'll be a little, just like a little collectible shop. I went to it, and what was crazy was I happened to just wander into the collectible shop because I was thinking, I'm like, they had some Star Trek figures that I was interested in, because online they're just expensive. But in there at the time they were, I think, like $30, $25, something like that. And I'm like, well, let me just see if they're in there. And I walk in there, looked around the store. It didn't like they have anything for me. I didn't see any of that in there. Go to turn around and leave, and sure enough, there's a table that I just obviously missed walking in, and it's the discount table. And shoved under the table is just a pile of like Kingdom Hearts figures and just a bunch of those Star Trek figures and it was all Diamond Select stuff. So it was pretty cool. It was all half price. So most of it was, between $10 and $15 a pop. So yeah, I grabbed, it was pretty cool. I grabbed two, because I have like these Playmates figures from 2009 when the reboot Star Trek movie came out. But then apparently, and I had missed this, but Diamond Select released these, I think, in 2018, and these are more modeled after the Into Darkness model. series, but they're actually pretty daggum good.
So that's Chris Pine.
That's Chris Pine.
Okay.
So my camera sucks. It's not focused that good, but he's actually pretty good. They I don't have all the accessories. There's like a million accessories that come with these things. You know how Diamond Select are. They throw a million things. It's like NECA. They're really, really good. They throw a lot of stuff, and the Spock one was actually really good. I actually really like that. So these actually, I mean, obviously are better than the 2009 Playmates figures, and bigger, a little bit bigger, but they're still, I mean, even the old ones were really good, but I don't know, I was interested in getting these and set them up. So that was kind of my find. And I just love me and her both, I think we love the thrill of going out and actually just looking around for stuff and just stumbling across them instead of just going online and just buying it, paying whatever price. It's like sometimes we'll think, all right, we'll keep an eye out if we go downtown to our toy stores. And just the excuse, I think, people go to parks and stuff like that. We go to parks, we go to all this stuff. We also like to go walk around toy stores and bookstores and record shops and stuff like that. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to do that again. I'm just like, I want the shot. Give me the shot. Give me the shot.
Put your mask on, man. Live your life. Put your mask on.
Yeah, I mean, I do. But like used to, I would go to Augusta. That would be like the big outing. And
for sure, we're dying to go to a Second and Charles. We're just itching to do it.
Oh,
and that was like once every 3-week kind of trip for me to Augusta, especially because of movies and stuff. But now, if there's no real reason to go, I'm not just gonna go to Augusta and and just kind of risk it. But I mean, if there was like dentist appointment for the kids or something like that, then yeah. So I've probably been to Augusta maybe twice in the last year and a couple of months or so, which is, I wish I could go more, but maybe here soon.
We haven't been out of town, I think, except one time when we went and visited with Austin and Candy. I think my only exceptions are like if we had to go. I think maybe she might have had to go home to her dad's home to like pick up mail or something, or if I had to go for work, I'd have to go to the office in Swainsboro. But yeah, we've just been kind of here. Like we miss going out to places though. Like today she was saying, because we one of our things we would like to do for like vacations is we go up to North Georgia, go to Helen. And today she was like, I want to go to Helen. When was the last time we were in Helen? It's like fall of 2019 was the last time we were in Helen.
Yeah, we're missing some vacation time too. I mean, it's just really, I mean, it's weird. You go out and certain places are also just kind of iffy about protocol. I mean, some places don't follow it, some places do. So yeah, I'll tell you the biggest hit to us is obviously the movies. We haven't gone to a movie, and I'm trying to think what the last movie was we saw.
I know with the last movie we saw, I can remember exactly. Wait, crap. Now, okay, maybe it's one of the other. It's either Birds of Prey or The Invisible Man, whichever one came out later. But those are the last two I remember from like 2020 that were like coming out right before COVID, kind of.
Right. I was trying to think of anything post Rise of Skywalker. That was my thing. I feel like there was something post Rise of Skywalker because that was Christmas of 2019 going into 2020. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there was something that I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there was something. I know I went to a concert right before the pandemic. Went to a Tool concert, and then that was that was it. I just remember that was because I remember I went to a Tool concert and closed on my house on the same day. So I went to a concert and then come back home that night to my brand new home. Just wore out because I was moving. I was moving
Bill
that
Gates.
morning. I have $1 billion. It was like, yeah, I'm like, oh, here, I have to move in the morning, got to go to a concert, and then drive back home from Atlanta to Savannah, and yeah, it was worth it. But definitely now, I mean, in hindsight, when you see it's almost like the world ended for a while. You're like, well, at least I went out on top, went to a dope concert, and then come back home and settled into a house and just got to enjoy my toys. So this is kind of the after effect of that. So, and and it's constantly changing. Even this week and weekend, I've just been, tweaking, and I was going to say tweaking and twerking. I was doing some twerking.
Oh, you've been
we're not going to
twerking in your toy
Oh,
room.
I twerk in the playroom because it's not just. I mean, it's all play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, just putting up more posters and stuff, like signed stuff. I've got a Phasma poster. I think you remember we got that signed at Dragon Con.
Yep,
That one
by Claudia.
Well, there was DL Dawson, and then we got some books signed, like
yeah.
Claudia Gray and DL Dawson signed some books, theirs at the time. I mean, I remember it was a really cool time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, speaking of Claudia Gray, I actually did pick up her. I finally got her High Republic book that came out recently, Into the Dark.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've been so slow on it, and then I finally got my own copy. Finally got it. So I'm just like, yeah, finally. I haven't even read it. I started Light of the Jedi, but I haven't. I just stopped because I was just like, not right now. I've got too many other things I want to start before I jump back into those books. But I went ahead and bought that. I found that, and it was like I bought that, and it was like a junior adaptation of the first season of The Mandalorian. And
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was random. It just looked cool. I had to buy it.
Who wrote that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look and see. It's I threw it on the shelf. Let's see what we got here. Because it's weird, I've noticed that a lot of these like kids novels and stuff, they really don't credit the authors that much. You have to like dig to really even sit there. Like, I mean, look, that's the front cover. No,
at the risk of this starting to turn into a Star Wars podcast, I got to say I'm really liking the High Republic so far from what I'm reading.
No, really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still on Light of the Jedi. I'm like in early chapters. Like I'm maybe a dozen chapters in. They're short chapters, maybe like 3 to 4 pages, sometimes 2. So it's very short chapters, but the story's like moving at a little breakneck pace, and it's really cool. All these different characters being like Lego sets would. Like there are some Lego sets I would love that could come out of that book if it ever like gets big enough for them to warrant merchandise.
It could. We'll see. I mean, it could.
Yeah. They have some great characters. They have some cool ship designs so far. Like if you look up the Vector fighters, that's what the Jedi fly, and basically it's almost like Okay, so you remember how the Jedi fighters worked in Attack of the Clones? Like the idea was, they would have the little thing on their head where apparently I guess it tunes into the Force to kind of help their flying abilities, their piloting skills.
Mm-hmm.
So with Light of the Jedi, it's almost to the max because they're basically flying these very minimally armored ships, almost like TIE fighter type, like armory. And so basically they're relying completely on the Force, and also to even turn on their weapons, they use lightsaber keys. So basically like their lightsaber is the key, and it has to be held in with the Force. So basically only a Jedi can use the weapons in their fighters, which is really cool.
Yeah. I remember reading about that. It's interesting for sure. So
yeah.
It'll be cool. It'll be cool concepts.
What sort of are you like turning your nose up at it, Ashley?
I've lost my taste for Star Wars for numerous reasons. One, I probably will. It's just The Last Jedi, the whole sequel trilogy just sort of left a bad taste in my mouth after. Yeah, I know. And then of course the unspoken thing that with Outer Rim news that
Oh yeah. I get that too.
Well,
hey, look, we're that's fine though. But hey, tell me about the toy beside you. How about that?
We talked about that one last time.
Let's go. I know. Is that the Zod that we talked about?
Yeah, that's the Zod. I don't think I've gotten anything this. Well, no. Let me take that back. I have gotten stuff this week.
I come across a Batman Arkham Knight McFarlane figure that I should have bought. He looked really good. He looked really good.
The Arkham Knight or the Arkham Asylum?
Arkham Knight. Arkham Asylum looked terrible. I even showed my wife. I'm like, see the difference? Look at the eyes. And she was just like, whew. Yeah. Yeah, that
like
one
one
looks
of those,
way better.
like this. Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just looks. I mean, it looks like this. The painter just went like they just
Yeah,
ha
yeah.
ha. You know, it makes me think of the scene in Strangers with Candy with Stephen Colbert. He's just dialing on. I, I mean, it has to be what happened. But anyway, it's big improvement. The detail and everything's really good.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I got a couple of figures this week, but they were quickly reviewed on the channel, or was that last? I can't remember, but I did get a shipping notice for like a whole pile of like the oh, what's the newest McFarlane wave, Last Night on Earth or something? Batman the Last,
No idea.
and it's got the Bane build a
It's
figure.
another. Is it another
Oh
Batman
wait,
from,
I have
you know,
heard about it.
the
I have heard about it.
night?
The Bane
Yeah,
Builder figure. I did hear
yeah.
about that.
So it's the Batman, and he walked around with the Joker's head and the lantern. I think it's called the Last Night on Earth or something like that. I can't remember. Can't remember the actual name, but so I got those four figures and the Damian Wayne Robin, and there's a
Speaking of
another
him,
like
I
death
actually
metal Batman, I think.
I didn't know anything about Damien until I'm just finished the book series that you had sent me, the night or the Injustice series.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Mhm.
Well, I've already put it in the box thing, but yeah, that was Ray. You said you read that series, right? The Injustice.
I haven't. I've read a couple chapters. I know like the broad strokes of stuff that happens in it, like certain
Yeah.
events that happen to certain people, and
But yeah, I didn't know anything about Damien being Robin, like the new Robin for Batman and all that. That's
Yeah.
pretty-
When he first came
who
out, I hated
accidentally
him.
kills.
I mean, he seems like a brat to me.
Oh yes.
Have you finished? How far are you into the Injustice series?
That book,
Like
it was
the-
year one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you had the So
There was like 13 or 14 parts to it, but it was like
Oh.
all the way until, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but basically it ends with oh Lord, Superman takes and breaks Batman. It's like it's kind of like a Nightfall where he takes and breaks Batman, but they were like what do you call it, like reproducing or replicating the super pill that Superman and Lex developed or whatever, and uploaded it for everybody to give everybody a fighting chance.
Yep.
And so it kind of ends
basically. Yeah, the MacGuffin that makes the Injustice like video game, not just Superman ripping everybody apart. That's
right.
That's not as powerful as him.
Right. Exactly.
But
I enjoyed it. It was great.
I can't remember exactly if it's all in year one, but there's a number of deaths that happen in just the first year alone, aren't there?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly who all died, but
I mean, Joker dies pretty quickly, and then you've got
well, he's the main. I mean, that's the whole reason. Yeah, Superman.
The catalyst.
He's the catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's catalyst. But you got I'm trying to think of who went next, because at some point you get Oliver
has anything gone
sacrifices
down?
himself.
Yeah.
Billy Batson.
What about
Doesn't he put his hand over Shazam's mouth or something?
Yeah, that's right. He did that.
That was in the game.
Oh, that was in the game.
In the game.
Well, no, in the comic
he straight up kills him in the game. He kills him in the game. Like he kills him in the game because he basically, like, there's a moment where he kind of faces him and he burns his head out, and you only see it from the back because you see a wet spot come out of the back of his like cowl.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Adam. He kills Black Adam.
Dang.
Superman does, yeah.
He does?
Yeah. Does he basically pounds his face until he dies.
Man, I can't remember. There's like so many deaths in
yeah.
That
was the thing. Comment. He was like, you can't kill. He's like, you can't kill me. I'm a god or something like that. And because I mean, he was just saying that he would. He asked him. He was like, would you keep killing? He's like, I'll kill anybody that like harms my world or something, or my land or something like that. And he just pounds his face. I guess I didn't know if he could kill him or not. And I guess he did, because they later on say that he they reference, they're like, yeah, he pounded a god in the face to death, like pounded him in the ground to death. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I guess he did kill him.
Dude, the prequel trilogy that's coming out now is good too. Like, what leads
like a
up to the
build-up
Joker.
storyline.
Yeah,
That
what
sounds
leads
good.
up to the Joker doing what he does.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh my gosh,
Okay.
dude, it is so good. I just wish Tom Taylor, I think that
Yeah, Tom
is,
Taylor.
dude, he knows he can write some stuff. I mean, and he did the
Yeah.
Deceased too. And they got some spin-offs of
Mhm.
that, and Deceased that's a good book as well. So I think anything Tom Taylor writes is pretty much gold right now.
Well, speaking of DC, I did pick up. Well, I didn't pick up something. I ordered something. It came in this past week. Finally got a Jay Garrick
Ooh. Jay
minifigure.
I like that. I always love that helmet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. That's really cool little.
That's cool. I like that they got the lightning bolts coming back off of him.
Yeah, that's a really cool little addition.
Can you take them off? Are they easy to just
Yeah.
pop off of him, or?
I
What
mean,
is
yeah,
it?
you can just take them off, or you can. It's
I
like
mean-
it's one of those Cal accessories where
Okay.
you take his head off and you can remove
Gotcha,
the clear
gotcha.
spot.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, out of that little set, because when I got the like Simon Baz and the Superman rebirth suit from it, and then I saw when you get it, you can get this basically like a little paper that shows all the other figures that came in this wave, and I saw the Jay Garrick in there, and I just thought I need to get that at some point because I really like the look of it.
Right.
So then I finally saw it on eBay, and I was like, it's not too bad. It'd
Right.
be worth the money they're asking for. So yeah, I ordered it.
That's why I think I'm gonna like just sell some old stuff or whatever, like stuff that I'm not gonna really use or display or whatever, and just use that money and buy like one of the big old NECA Batmans that's coming up, like right or wrong, because I regret not getting like a big shredder or something like that. So I ordered just like bite the bullet and get one of the, I hope it'd be cool if they did like a Batman Returns Batman, but I'll settle for the '89 Batman.
You said Shredder. Did you see what Loot Crate's doing?
No. Mm-mm.
So they're putting out. I think there's like three different NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that go along with that. Like the Raphael and the Casey Jones, that I
I
have.
heard there's like some sort of a limited edition Danny figure I would like to get. I saw that.
Yeah, Loot Crate. So you buy.
Okay. Okay.
So you get him, and then there's two others, like maybe like little punks or something in that little group.
It'd be funny if it's Sam Rockwell or Skeet Ulrich.
Do you remember? Wait, I can't remember. Like, actually, you watched the original movie, the original Turtles movie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember who Sam Rockwell plays in it?
I remember him being in it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the kids.
If you can remember this,
in the gang.
If you tell me if you remember anything along these lines in terms of like dialogue, anything you want to do, you do. And then they ask him like, "You got anything to smoke?" Like,
yeah. Okay. I'm remembering that now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm remembering that now. Okay.
And it's crazy thinking about that's Wild Bill.
Wow, that is Sam Rockwell.
And then he's also the one that tries to at first get the gang to like jump on Casey after he beats the crap out of Tatsu, and then he just kind of threatens him. And he's like, okay, and then they kind of turn on Shredder like immediately after that. But
it's funny though because there's Skeet Ulrich standing right next to him in the group. Like he's in the game too. Yeah, I called it the last time I watched it. I was like, well, there's Skeet. He doesn't really have many lines. He's just kind of standing there. It's kind of like the Toby. Yeah, the old. He's got that Tobey Maguire from Wizard role. I'm just gonna sit here with my mullet, just look cool. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man, does Danny come with accessories? Because I was thinking if there was a Danny figure, it seems like he would have to come with maybe one of the pictures that.
I'm trying to remember. I was just impressed with the shirt because he's wearing a Sid Vicious shirt. It's the orange with Sid Vicious face. Yeah, but it's all super detailed and it's that T-shirt. So I was impressed with that. But
when they have to get like licensing to be able to do that, though.
that's what I'm saying. That sometimes they can't, but that one I guess they probably could. I'm just trying to think because I feel like there are some
So
accessories, but I
he
can't think of
comes
what.
with an alternate head. One head comes with the bandana around it,
There you go.
and the other head doesn't. And he also comes with headphones and a Walkman. Yep, headphones with the cord all the way down.
The one that was the stolen Walkman.
But where is April, man? Where is April? We have all these BS figures. Come on, man! Like I want an April figure.
Well, which version? Like, there's a ton of different like Aprils in the first versions of. Would you? I was gonna say no. I mean like out of like the ways you see her in the movie, like you're talking about like with the
just alternate between you kind of person.
Homage.
I would say I would want her to look like. Yeah, I would want her to look like probably how like when she's kind of first introduced to the turtles, but she should come with the yellow rain jacket, like a vinyl yellow rain jacket to put on her. It would be perfect.
I always thought that was like a cool little homage to her yellow jumpsuit without having to wear, the
yellow jumpsuit.
Really absurd yellow jumpsuit in a live action movie.
Exactly. No, I thought it was great.
Yeah, so if you go to lootcrate.com, you can see what they have, and I don't guess they revealed images yet, but there's 4 different crates that you can buy. There's the movie, arcade, Mirage, and cartoon. So the movie one features, I guess that's Danny in the pack. The arcade features some shark-looking character. I don't know. Do you remember him from like a video game?
Vaguely, unless it's probably from like Turtles in Time or something like that.
Okay.
Or the arcade, or just our first arcade game.
Yeah, the cartoon looks vaguely like something like maybe a Splinter. I mean, because they're just giving you like a outline of the character. Maybe like a robot. Was there a robot Splinter or at some point?
Not that I can remember. Unless it, like from the animated series. Let me see.
It says cartoon, yeah. And then like crate 3 is Mirage. It says Mirage, so I guess that's the original comics. Cool. And it says if free bonus figure with 4 crate. If you buy all 4, you get a Bossa Nova figure.
Chevy Nova.
I don't know who that is because everything's just kind of blacked out except for, I guess as you said, Danny.
Yeah, I'm really not familiar with the other characters as much as Danny. I would want the Danny one for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not like hurting for him, but that would be just a very interesting story piece. Like somebody would look at that and be like, Jesus, yeah, I remember that kid.
Mm-hmm.
But they definitely need to put out an April figure. You need to jump on that.
Maybe they don't have the rights to her likeness or something.
Maybe so. Maybe that's the case. I'm assuming that if I was her, I'd be like, man, yeah, make me a figure, because if they asked me for one, I would do it.
So I was watching this YouTube video or YouTube channel from Scott Knightlick, who used to be like I think he was the brand manager for Mattel. I mean, for the DC Comics license there. So he no longer does that. I think he works for Jack's Pacific or whatever. But he puts out these little videos just kind of inside baseball with the toy industry and stuff. And he was talking about how hard it is to get, like if you get the license to do a movie of toys for a movie, you also have to secure the rights to the likeness of the actors, actresses, all that on top of that, and how sometimes they don't agree to it. And he made the comment that Tom Cruise has never had an action figure made of him.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring him up since we were talking about licensing with likenesses. I don't know if it's a Scientology thing or if it's just like he's really sensitive about that being done, because like, consider this, even the Minority Report video game that came out, they couldn't use his likeness. So the character that he movie, like there's a analog of the character. It's the same name and everything, but he's got blonde hair, furthest thing that could be from anything.
That is crazy.
Like Tom Cruise. Yeah, it's
that is so crazy.
Yeah, he does
like,
and
the
like
popularity of some of his movies.
Yeah, and then that's what I think of whenever somebody comes up with a rumor like Tom Cruise like in talks with like
Marvel or
Marvel or
DC. Yeah,
DC
it ain't gonna happen
is that's not going to happen because of one thing, merchandising. They want to be able to make toys out of him, and he's not going to like that. So
because they're gonna make more money from the toys than they will from the ticket sales on the movie by
yeah,
far over the long haul. You know.
yeah. Like that,
Wow.
yeah, because I remember like rumors, about him like possibly being like Hal Jordan in like a Green Lantern movie. And I was like, I mean, cool, but it's not gonna happen because he's not gonna let that, he's not gonna let the toy thing happen. They want someone who will be okay with that.
Yeah.
That's really weird. That's really weird.
Because if
Yeah.
you think about like this Top Gun 2 or whatever coming out, um,
I
the
see
whole
toys out for it.
yeah,
They
but
look pitiful.
and also Transformers, they Hasbro made a Transformer just out of the jet though, not Tom Cruise. It's called Maverick and all that stuff, but it's of the jet, and there's no Tom Cruise pilot or any, I mean it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
like
It's a good way to
really?
get around it, though. I know it's that's crazy. If they had a figure of me, I'd be first in line to buy it. I'd be like, look,
Yeah. I'd be kind of like, who was it? There's an actor, who I think maybe it was David Tennant. I think, 10th Doctor. I
Mhm.
think he got excited when he saw like the first 10th Doctor figure because it was made in his likeness. I think he got excited. I think he purchased one or got one for free somehow, and I
I'm
think he
sure.
set it up on his mantle or something. I would be just as excited if someone had made a toy of me. I'd set that thing up front and center.
Heck
Just
yeah.
yeah. Who wouldn't?
Even if it was a toy like making fun of me, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? It's like if they're wasting all that plastic, like I hope you have fun with it.
It's got to be a Scientology thing. It's got to be.
Or like
That
you brought up
vain.
earlier, what if it also could be a because he's at a point in his career where he has a lot of sway with his movie productions he's
Mhm.
involved in, which is mainly at this point it's mainly Mission Impossible, and he's an executive producer, so he has a lot of, or is he a regular producer? But anyways, maybe it's a licensing thing where he doesn't like the idea of someone making money off his likeness, and he maybe doesn't get a lot of, if any, residuals from any
Well,
merchandising.
I think they do get
Maybe,
residuals from that, but it's not like, I don't know. I mean,
maybe he wants more than they'd be willing to give him. I
yeah,
don't.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah, I'm
I've
gonna
heard
say
Mark.
I'm spitballing different reasons.
Yeah, I thought I've heard Mark Hamill in interviews before say he gets a little check every now and then from like Hasbro or whatever, for his likeness.
I remember
Poor guy, he should.
I remember the famous joke. Yeah, well, I remember the big joke that Carrie Fisher
Oh
said.
yeah, giving Lucas that award.
With
Yeah,
well, yeah,
Every time she looks in the mirror,
yeah,
award. Yeah, yeah. Every time she looks in him,
and that joke fell flat.
and it went warp.
mirror, she has to pay George Lucas like $10 or something like that.
Yeah,
I remember like that stuck with me yeah.
Sorry, your
yeah,
connection's really bad, so like
yeah.
you completely
But
cut
everybody
out.
remembers it now, though.
Yeah, you completely went out when you were selling that
Sorry.
your internet.
No, it was funny. It was
Yeah.
funny because it
Yeah.
was like a punchline. It was like oh, here we go in, and it went out, and I'm like, oh, here we go. That was hilarious.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna tell you this, Ashley.
Yeah.
I love you, but that microphone in front of you this whole time, I've looked at him like, man, it looks like a penis in front of him.
And I gotta probably bleep that out too.
He's gonna have to blur. You should just blur it out the entire time. That'd be so funny.
How about that? That way it has like the
I
knob.
won't know, because see, now I can't hardly hear you. The audio is really weird and bad.
Okay, how about that right now?
See, you sound really good. I want one of those real like a Howard Stern setup, man. They have like a real cool setup, or like a Joe Rogan setup. Like,
Me too.
that would be so great to get something like that.
Dude, I mean, go on Amazon. I think you can, for about $30, you can get one of those arms and just, well, I mean, you have to buy a
Probably so.
mic too. Yeah.
I got to figure out how to hook it to this table. I want to get a new desk too, though. Got so much I want to do.
Yeah, me too. I got so much I
But
want to do before I die.
I know, man. We all do. So many toys to buy.
Yep.
I definitely want to get that. Like, I was looking at it, and my wife reminds me of it every so often. But I think I'm going to try to enforce the Millennium Falcon Christmas this Christmas and tell her I got to have my Smuggler's Bounty Millennium Falcon. Basically
The
it's that
legacy.
Legacy Falcon, yeah. Because she keeps bringing it up. I'm like, all right, we better go buy it then. Thing is,
Do
I could
it.
just imagine. I don't even know where you would put it. It's huge.
You got 2 shelves up there. Make room on top.
That's true. I'll have to just build something for it, build a shrine to it. I'll just put it on my coffee table in my living room. Just put it there and just like it'll be the centerpiece of the room. And I'll just be like, I have to put little ropes. I have to put little like custom like ropes around it with a don't touch, and
Be a conversational piece.
yeah.
You can tell me this is my tribute to Smuggler's Run. I mean,
I'll
what's
just
it
sit here
called?
like that.
Galaxy's Edge.
How does it make you feel?
Weird,
Annoyed.
weird, Austin. Makes me feel weird. Like I can't put my Coke down anywhere in your house.
Well, don't put it down there.
Oh, geez.
They can put it in my churro holder instead. My Millennium Falcon churro holder. Oh man.
Yeah, I still haven't been to Galaxy's Edge. Lucky.
Well, we have to all go back together. Post COVID, we'll all go back together and fully enjoy the park. Because I only felt like I got a taste of it. All the rides weren't open yet, and
Yeah.
it was fun. I bet, and there's already rumors they're revamping it. There's going to be they're probably going to take out the sequel trilogy characters. I think they're going to start incorporating like Mandalorian characters.
Oh,
And
they
they'll
need
kind of
to.
revamp. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do, and they're going to revamp the story of the park a little bit. I think it's probably, even like I said before in my head, I would not be surprised if they just completely wipe it out and just rename the park, like rename it instead of even being Batu, they just rename it something else. I doubt they will. They'll probably keep it the same planet, but they're going to try to make it as original trilogy as possible, to the point where I could see them even retooling the ride that just opened. The Falcon ride's easy to do whatever with. It's so easy because it's just a simulator ride. The other one, they would have to reskin animatronics and stuff like that. But I think it would be super easy, and they're totally going to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's some Mandalorian themed something soon, post COVID. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they're just too much.
What do you think? Do you really think people are going to show up and ride that ride now? Like after COVID, people are going there now and riding it, but I don't think people really care. They really don't care.
About what?
Like I don't think people are enjoying because the park is supposed to be a lot more interactive, and I don't think people are really. I don't think they care that much about it. So I think the park is probably going to revamp it to make people care.
Yeah.
Because kids can't
even. I think they have to. Yeah.
Because I don't think kids are probably connecting with it.
I don't know. As I sit back and I just think about the sequel trilogy, man, even as much as I liked The Force Awakens, I look back and see how much I was robbed of freaking not having Luke, Leia, and Han in a freaking shot together.
There's also a rumor that there may be, because of the whole Snyder Cut thing coming.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rumor that Disney Plus might revamp the sequel trilogy and basically turn it into a series. They'll just turn it into a series, because apparently there was a lot more JJ shot for Force Awakens, and one scene included Luke, Han, and Leia. So they're going to reincorporate that. They're saying the rumor is that they're going to retool it to be a series format, so that it'll come out over a, I guess maybe 8-episode arc or something like that, or more. But it basically will be like it will be probably a kind of a revamped version of Force Awakens, total retooling of Last Jedi, and then probably just like a tweak of Rise of Skywalker to catch it all up to make it flow. Because I'm sure I'm sure that a lot of stuff in the third movie, they would probably have to tie it back into the first one in some way a lot more. So you'll probably just get a lot more threads of like the final order and all that stuff, and
I know your source for this,
and all that.
I know your source for this.
I don't want to.
right?
No, it's. I don't want to say the name because children and people watch this because I think the YouTuber or whatever's name, but they've been pretty. I mean, it's all rumor though. I'm saying it's rumor. I never
You
take
didn't
it wholly seriously, but it's interesting to hear. But they've been getting a lot of this stuff pretty right.
you ain't getting this from WeGotThisCovered.com, do you? Are you?
No,
Okay,
no.
good. Good. That's like the worst fight ever. You know.
I mean, well,
But like I said, it's all. I always take it with a grain of salt. It's just like I said. It's always just interesting because these
yeah.
people are always reporting. And the thing about it is just because I think it's because of the new this new age of information. People can give out so much information now. So you have all these people that are leaking out information all the time from the studios, so they can't hardly keep anything a secret anymore.
But it is, it almost sounds like wishful thinking, though. Just the idea that they're saying, there was a shot of Luke, Han, and Leia.
It makes more sense though now in this world of COVID because of the fact that we're all stuck in the house. So I think everybody is. I really do. I think everybody is like waiting to see how the whole. I mean, they already are seeing how it's working. These people are going nuts over these movies that are coming out the streaming, like Wonder Woman '84 and all that. So wait until Snyder Cut hits. It's going to be huge. I've never seen this kind of anticipation for something that was a movie years ago that people just crapped on, and now it's back. And I mean,
I'm so worried.
It's
but I'm worried, man. I'm kind of worried because I think that the haters with the loudest mouths, the bloggers, the Rotten Tomatoes, they even if it's great,
they're going to be like, "Oh, I still fell asleep." Oh, I'll be like, "Okay, I don't care." No, you're probably going to see people change their tone, and it's going to be just this odd, like that they used to hate him and now they love him, sort of weird thing. I bet that's probably what we're going to see.
I don't know, man.
I'm just excited. I'm just as a purist. I'm just a big film fanatic, and as a film fanatic, I'm a Snyder fanatic. I'm not a fanatic, but I'm a Snyder fan. I mean, I like his movies. I mean, I'm not a 300 fanatic. I won't say that, but I appreciate his movies, and I like his visual eye. I love his cinematography. He's just a great dude, and it was that whole Justice League story was always sort of a tragic story to me. So to see a director get to come back and finish a movie that he started, and not only that, the fact that he gets to go in and actually remaster it into like the format he wanted, which is IMAX, and I'm a huge proponent of stuff like that. I love IMAX. That's just great. So I'm super excited to see all that come to fruition. And I'm always a sucker for director's cuts. So anytime you have a movie, especially I'm always like, you don't say if I have a movie that's probably like, I think it was 2 hours, under 2 hours was Justice League, right? It was like just 2 hours, I think it was like, or right under.
Yeah, 159. Yeah, I think it's
like
1
hour. It was right under.
Minutes.
So like this was supposed to be 4 hours long. I'm like, excuse me. I have to see what this is going to be. I mean, it's always at least interesting to see what they left out.
Well, and according to one of the cinematographers that worked on, I think his name is Patrick Fabian, or whoever. Anyways, he had said like from what he watched of it, the theatrical cut, he can only tell that there was maybe about 25% of what Zack actually shot himself. So there's gonna be a lot of new footage we'll be seeing.
That's it. I mean, that's going to be great. I'm excited. I mean, that's great. And the other bomb that I was real excited about was the fact that he was like, oh, and I remastered Batman versus Superman again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh? And like, so apparently he's remastered that back and he's reincorporated all the IMAX shots back into that movie. So I'm like, thank God. But then on top of that, he's like, he explained, which it's kind of odd because I had been eyeballing the 4K version of Batman versus Superman for a while. And then when this news dropped, it literally did kind of make me go like, ooh, because I was pretty close to buying it at one point because I've been kind of itching to watch it again and kind of watch it in 4K. But apparently, if you have a Blu-ray or a Blu-ray 3D copy of Batman versus Superman, the color coding and the master is actually good. If you have a 4K copy, apparently something is wrong with it. The color code on it and something is off. and so he's gone back and Zack Snyder has fixed it. I really don't know because I haven't watched the 4K cut, but apparently what's out on home media is wrong, and it sucks. I'm like, what? I'd never heard about that before. I mean, admittedly, I haven't looked up a 4K review of that yet for some reason. I just really haven't, but I haven't heard of any complaints. It's weird to see him stand up and say that, and then you're thinking, wow, the studio allowed something like that to come out. Me as a purist, I'm like, I get mad because I'm like why would you mess something like that up? I don't know how you would, but maybe it was just an honest mistake. I'm just glad that he gets to go back and fix that, and they're putting it back out. I pre-ordered. So
Yeah. Wow. They screwed up. The studio screwed up Batman versus Superman when they released it in theaters too.
Right, yeah, which I like the extended cut. So I'm glad that he got to recut that again. He got to keep that extended cut, but remaster it in 4K properly with his approval, and then reincorporate the actual IMAX shots into it. So I'm real excited about that. I love that. I love, especially when you get real technical movies like that. So, I mean,
Also, speaking with the Justice League, have either of you seen that there was Jim Lee put a variant cover out, I think, for an issue of upcoming issue of Justice League, and it shows the Snyder design of Martian Manhunter, how he's going to appear when he shows up in the movie.
Oh, nice! I'll be excited.
He's got a very, like, it looks like they're leaning hard into the Martian physiology, because he looks more like the native. His head looks very native Martian shaped than the more traditional human shaped head. Yeah, that he hates, which is cool. I'm very I like the idea that he's leaning harder into the alien angle. Like maybe he develops it. I mean.
Yep. I pre-ordered all 3 of those covers today. Actually, I got them on eBay. Because there's not Jim Lee did one. Maybe Patrick Gleason did another one, and somebody else did one for the Snyder. It's Justice League issue 59, and they're all Snyder cut variants. So I spent $19.99.
I feel like somebody told me Alan Shore did a cover of a comic recently that I would have really liked. And now I can't remember what it was.
Alan Shore, like the composer,
the musician.
I mean, not Alan Shore.
I'm thinking of Howard.
No, yeah, you think of Howard Shore. I'm thinking of what am I thinking of?
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross. That's right, Alex Ross. Alex Ross did a cover. I'm trying to think of what the comic was, though. I don't know if it was like a traditional DC comic. It was.
He's got a Kickstarter coming out too.
I feel like he did a Star Wars cover or something. What did he do recently? I can't remember.
Well, he's kind of limited himself to it seems that way, at least, that he's limited himself to covers mainly, because I mean that with his process, and it does take a while for those kind of
Have you seen some of his YouTube videos where he actually paints some of these some of these characters and stuff? Oh my gosh, dude, you have to go YouTube him up, because he shows you, like, he has like this the pencil sketch first, and then he like kind of speeds through just putting the paint on it, and it's like, oh my god, and you just see how it builds up into that real life looking piece.
Which is interesting, because if you go back and you look at the oh god, what's the name of the series that he did? The 3-part Justice League. I think it's called
Kingdom Come.
No.
Or Justice.
Justice, yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 issues, I think.
Because I think he actually only did the colors for that, didn't he? I think Braithwaite, I think, did the actual pencils.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've got a few of those issues. I'll have to go back and look.
I think that's how it went, because I think at least in that, because I'm guessing this guy can kind of imitate Alex Ross's style, because there were two artists credited for that storyline. But I'll have to look that up though.
Yeah, and his Marvel timeless covers are just awesome too. Just like the classic look of the characters and stuff. They're really nice. So are we planning on going to Joe Fest?
I would love to go. I think I've hyped my wife up even to going because
Okay.
she would be into going to toy shop.
It's only $10. You know,
When's the date on that?
it's June something, June 20 something ish. Yeah. So I already
Give
bought
me one of
already
those
bought my
gas
tickets.
masks. Give
Yeah.
me one of those like gas mask things, and then
Mhm.
like get out of here. I have like a little baton, like one of those little get move and like hit people in the back of the leg so I can get there and get me some toys.
No, usually, I mean, last year they had, I went last year and they had some pretty, strict rules. Like you had to wear a mask and you had to social distance and they had the vendors spread out a little bit. So, and they're even in they were in like not the Civic Center, but like one of the big hotels downtown Augusta. So it was like the biggest location they've had yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember from when me and you went, you said it was, or they had said it was gonna be bigger the next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember that first year it was in a very small hotel and it was super crowded. I mean, like shoulder to shoulder walking through.
Yeah, it was pretty crowded.
And then we went. Then the second year we went. I mean, you went with me, and it was crowded, but you had more room. It
Yeah,
was in a
they had a
bigger
lot of
location.
vendors. Yeah, it was a bigger location, but it was still like they had a lot of vendors, and they were like, "We're gonna have to put them somewhere else." They were gonna put it somewhere else again. So
Yeah,
yeah.
had a lot of vendors last time. And I remember this past year, Lex Luger. Do you remember him,
Hmm.
wrestler?
Oh yeah, the wrestler.
Oh my God, dude, he looks. He's like about that big around now, and I think might be in a wheelchair too. He
No,
does not look good at all.
that's sad.
hmm He lost,
Yeah,
I mean, all that muscle just nowhere anymore. It's like
yeah.
skinny guy, old guy.
Yeah, he's probably from all the injuries and stuff like that. You see that all the time. It's sad. It's
Yeah,
definitely sad. But
Mhm.
hopefully people give him money, let him live on, man.
yeah. Well, I didn't, but I mean, I was there to see.
I didn't. I gave money to Sergeant Slaughter.
No, I didn't give money to Sergeant Slaughter either, even though he was there. I gave money to vendors
I
who
mean,
sold me
those places
toys.
are great though, man. You find some gold there. Even
Yeah.
when you're not looking, you just find like gold. I'm bad about it. I'm like, oh, I want all this.
Oh, dude, some guy had like a superpower cyborg mint on card, and I was like, oh my God, I think he wanted like $1,800 for it, and I was like, I can't do that.
You should
Can't
have
even
just
kill
punched
me.
him.
Yeah.
No, you should have just punched him, threw him $200 and ran.
Here you go, fool. Uh, that won't even get you a loose one. I know he's going for about $400 or $500 loose. It's crazy, crazy.
Hmm. Uh, well, I mean, I guess that's it for
Is
the
that,
episode.
No,
is
I
that,
guess you could just fade it out at the end of the episode.
that's
It should go out. It should sound like like when Sesame Street is going out. It's just like you just do that while we're talking. That'll be perfect.
yeah, yeah, great. That's great, Austin.
Golly,
Jeez.
I need water, y'all. I'm dry.